to my channel. If you are new, hi there, I'm Nicole. It's nice to meet you. Thank you for clicking on this video. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. How are you doing? I hope you're having a fantastic weekend, although this is probably out during the week, so yeah. So today's video is for the newest collection by Knees Lacquer. It is an 8-piece collection and it is a part 2 to last year's What We Do in the Shadows. If you missed the part 1, I will have that link down in the description box. That was actually, yes, that was actually my first video that I ever did for Knees Lacquer. So, woo, a year later, wow. Anyway, so this is a part 2. So this is an 8-piece release, and then I have 5 mystery polishes to share with you all. Just like in the last Knees video, I will save the mysteries for the end of the video after my outro, so that way anyone who does not want to be spoiled will not be spoiled. I will have timestamps down in the description box for when the mysteries start. And also, just a heads up, one of the polishes in this release does have the F-bomb in it. So if you are sensitive to strong language, timestamps again in the description box if you would like to skip that polish. As always, I always bleep out curses. So this collection launches on February 25th, which is this Friday at 7 p.m. on the Knees Lacquer website. So this release is going to be open for pre-order, and the pre-order window closes on the 28th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. This collection will also be available on Hypnotic Polish, as well as Girly Bits, and I think Femme Fatale, but I might be wrong because I always forget all the Stockists Knees has. So if you are outside of the US, you have plenty of options for shipping. I will have all the sale information down in the description box, as well as links to the Knees Lacquer website, links to the Knees Stockist pages, links to the Knees social media pages, my social media pages, as well as a link to my blog post where I host all of my swatch photos. I will also have a list on my blog post with all of the polishes that will be restocked with this release. Knees always does a really fantastic job of restocking past polishes if people request them. So let's just get into this video. First up is 5 Spits for the Enemy. This polish is described as being a black to blue to purple multi-chrome base with a unicorn pea shimmer. It's priced at $16 and has a cap of 400 bottles. 5 Spits for the Enemy had a really great formula. It did start off very sheer, but I found that it built up nicely in 3 coats. The shimmer effect in here was very strong. You're going to see that red to gold to green shift of the original unicorn pea shimmer. To be perfectly honest, I was a little leery at the thought of having unicorn pea shimmer in a multi-chrome. Like, I didn't think the 2 different color shifts would work well, but I was pleasantly surprised that all of the unicorn pea polishes in this release were really, really cool. Didn't find that the 2 different color shifts were like fighting for like appearance. Like, you could definitely see both the unicorn pea as well as the multi-chrome. So because this one is on the more sheer side, I think this one is going to be a solid 3-coater. Depending on how thick your coats are, you might have some visible nail line. I did have some visible nail line on the clear part of my nail. Alternatively, this could also be used as a topper. I have a photo of it in 1 coat over black. Next up, we have He's Left His Mark on My Heart. This polish is described as being an icy blue magnetic polish full of original unicorn pea shimmer that shifts from a red to a green. It's priced at $16 and has a cap of 400 bottles. This polish had a really great formula. I found the magnetic effect in here to be very strong and it magnetized very easily for me. I'm going to be using a ring magnet on my swatch photos, but here in the live swatch, I'll be using a bar magnet. I found that this one was opaque in 2 coats. However, how I always do magnetics, I always like to get the polish opaque, and then on the next coat I use the magnet. I found for this polish in particular, if you want to be able to see that unicorn pea shimmer, you're definitely going to want to magnetize it. If you leave this one unmagnetized, you're just going to have that beautiful icy blue base. And as you can see there, like how this looks magnetized versus unmagnetized are like night and day. This polish was really cool and I was like genuinely shocked at how it looked magnetized versus unmagnetized. So this polish is going to be a 2 to 3 coater depending on application if you magnetize it, as well as your own personal nail length. For me personally, I liked it in 3 coats so I can magnetize that final coat. Nothing in here will dry down textured or be difficult to remove. Next up, we have Our Familiar. This polish is described as being a rainbow in a bottle with a black cherry base and a shimmer that shifts from a copper to green to blue to purple. It's priced at $13.50 and it has no cap. Our Familiar had a really great formula. The base did not feel overly thick or thin, and I had zero application issues. I was kind of in shock by just how, like, this really is like a rainbow in a bottle. Like, the red base, and then you get from the shimmer, you get like the orange, yellow, green, blue, purple color shifts in there, and it's just kind of mind-blowing to look at on your nail. So while I was swatching this one, I could have sworn to God that I had previously swatched this. I dug through my old photos, and it definitely reminded me of the Bee's Knees polish called Curse You. Looking at the photos side by side, they are definitely not dupes. I feel like the base on this one is a little bit darker, but they are not dupes. They're similar, but not dupes. I will have comparisons up on my blog post because it was driving me crazy. The polish was very pigmented, but I did not have any issues with staining. Next up, we have the Vampiric Council. This polish is described as being a black to red multi-chrome base with a red to green unicorn pea shimmer. It's priced at $16 and has a cap of 400 bottles. So the Vampiric Council had a fantastic formula. I will say on paper, this one I thought was going to be my favorite because I love black to red multi-chrome bases, and I especially love red to green unicorn pea shimmer. However, I found that this one, the color shift that I was seeing on the nail was mainly like this dark reddish color, and then I got like that gold that the black to red multi-chromes often color shift to. And then for the unicorn pea shimmer, I was seeing the red to gold color shift. I feel like I was kind of seeing green at very extreme angles, but I was mainly seeing the red to gold color shift. And so, like, I wish this one had more of, like, the dark black to red to orange that these kind of polishes tend to have. So I was a little bit disappointed by that. However, I thought this one looked really gorgeous nonetheless. It does start off fairly sheer, so I think this one is going to be a solid 3-coater. Alternatively, I think you could play around with this one as a topper. Next up, we have this fucking guy. This polish is described as being a black to red multi-chrome with a green to blue sibling unicorn pea shimmer. It's priced at $16 and has a cap of 400 bottles. Polish had a really fantastic formula. So when I was talking about the last polish, how it didn't have that dark black base, this is what I was talking about. So I found for this polish, it has like that dark black base, and then you get like a bright red from the multi-chrome. So this one has like a dark black base, and then you get like a bright red from that color shift, and then paired with the green to blue shimmer, it just looked absolutely mind-blowing. This one does start off fairly sheer, so I think this one is going to be a solid 3-coater unless you pair it with a more opaque base. It did build up for full opacity. I did have some visible nail line on the clear part of my nail. I think for natural nails, if you have longer nails and you go in for very thin coats, you might potentially have some visible nail line. Next up, we have Twilight Style. This polish was described as being a smoky periwinkle base with a glittery gold to green shimmer, as well as having black to blue to purple multi-chrome flakies. It's priced at $13.50 and it has no cap. Twilight Style had a fantastic formula. It did not feel overly thick or thin, and I had zero application issues. As you can see here, this polish starts off very sheer. Basically, all of the opacity from this polish is from the shimmer as well as the flakies. So this one is going to be fantastic as a topper as well as just in 3 coats on its own. Alternatively, if you have like a visible nail line blurring base coat, this one will pair well with one of those as well. The shimmer in this polish is extremely strong. This is a very glowy polish, and I was seeing all of the colors as described. The flakies do not dry down textured, so you will only need 1 coat of top coat to completely smooth this one out. I also added a matte top coat to this one because I just could not help myself. My photos show Twilight Style in 3 coats plus both glossy and matte top coat. Oval will be on the messy side, but I don't see it being overly difficult. Next up, we have Vampires Hate Waiting. This polish is described as being a black to blue to purple multi-chrome base with a green to blue unicorn pea sibling shimmer. It's priced at $16 and has a cap of 400 bottles. Vampires Hate Waiting had a fantastic formula. The base did not feel overly thick or thin, and I had zero application issues. Like a lot of the polishes in this release, it does start off fairly sheer, but I found it built up for full opacity in 3 coats. Alternatively, I think you could get a similar look to what the polish is in 3 coats with 1 or 2 coats over a black creme base. So I feel like in person, the black in this polish, it definitely looks like a very, very, very dark blue. So it has like a really nice blue to purple color shift. I found that the unicorn pea sibling shimmer in here gives it an even stronger blue look on the nail, and then at extreme angles you're going to get that really nice green color shift. If you go in for very thin coats, I could see you having some visible nail line with this polish. I would say it was about 95% opaque on me in 3 coats. And the final polish is called Viva Atlantic City. This polish is described as being a black to blue to purple multi-chrome base with a ruby red light reflective glitter. It's priced at $13 and has no cap. Viva Atlantic City had a fantastic formula. The base did not feel overly thick or thin, and I had 0 application issues. The multi-chrome shimmer in here was very strong, and the reflective glitters give this a ton of sparkle on the nail. The reflective glitters in here will also give this polish quite a bit of texture, so I would recommend pairing it with a glitter smoothing top coat before going in with your normal quick dry top coat. So in person with these reflective glitters, I will fully admit I did struggle quite a bit to show them to you all. So what you're seeing here is video footage taken with my camera, and I have like all of my bright lights on it. You can definitely see like a really nice sparkle from those reflective glitters, but like the way it is in the bottle, I wasn't 100% seeing like that bright red on the nail until, as you're seeing here, I pulled out my phone and looked at it with my phone's flash, and then looking at it through my phone's camera lens. Then I could see all of that really fun red reflective glitters. I have been playing around with reflective glitters quite a bit recently, and I'm finding that for these colored ones, what your eyes will see like 99% of the time is not going to be what, say, like your phone's camera flash is going to pick up. Removal for this polish will be on the more difficult side if you try to scrub this one off. I soaked it off with no issues. Alrighty, as far as favorites go, I am undecided still on which polishes are going to be my favorite. So I really like this collection. I tend to really enjoy multi-chromes and unicorn pea polishes, so this release does have a ton of those types of things, so I was very happy with the release overall. The mysteries are also really gorgeous as well. Once again, this collection launches this Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a pre-order window. Again, all that information down in the description box. I would love to know what everyone thought of this collection. Thank you all so much again for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. Hit subscribe if you have not yet already, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye! This is your final warning about the mystery polishes. I am about to start showing them. So for all these polishes, I use 3 coats plus 1 coat of top coat for all of them. For the reflective glitter polish, I did use 2 coats of top coat to completely smooth it out. All these polishes have a gorgeous Bees Knees Lacquer formula that we have all come to know and love. This first polish is called the Formerly Fanged. It is described as being a deep crimson with a large particle holographic. It's priced at $13. I will have a comparison up on my blog post of this one compared to Bloody Mary, which was in the last What We Do in the Shadows release. Next up, we have Creepy Paper. This one is described as being a rich royal purple with a large particle holographic. This one has the exact same formula as the previous polish. It'll be a 2 to 3 coater depending on your own nail length. My photos show it in 3 coats. Next up is Safe Passage. This is described as being a silver to pink to green pastel multi-chrome with glowy pink to green multi-chrome flakes. It's priced at $13.50. This one is on the sheer side, so you will definitely have some visible nail line. Potentially this would be a fantastic topper. Next up is the Ceremony of Judgment. This is described as being a soft blue base with a glowy pink to green shimmer. This is the blue sister to the Hate 2021. I know I'm pronouncing that one wrong. This is priced at $13. The brand does warn that this polish could potentially cause some staining. I did not personally experience any staining. And the final mystery polish is called But This Is a Turtle. This one is described as being a silver to pink to green pastel multi-chrome base full of gold reflective glitter. It's priced at $13. So my photos show this one in 3 coats, and to get a nice glossy finish, you will want to go in for 2 coats of top coat. I did use a glitter smoothing top coat with this one. Removal will be on the messy/difficult side, as with all reflective glitter polishes. Good morning!